Hi, I'm back with another sketchbook tour. This one I finished a year ago, maybe a bit more. I got this sketchbook when I was in Berlin. I really love the cover. I love the bright red. It's like probably my favorite color. So I just wanted to do a flip through. I stuck in this Squidward plaster, pretty disgusting. And I hate drawing on the first page, it feels like too much pressure. Here's a painting of David Bowie doing his makeup. I really liked drawing all the little objects on the desk. And then just a sketch of this motel, which was quite fun, and a girl brushing her teeth and it's all bloody. I don't even know, honestly, what I was thinking, but it works, so. Another red page. Honestly, at the start of a sketchbook, I always feel like I kind of forget how to do spreads, and then the more I get into it, the better it becomes. But I do like this drawing of the dogs. Let me know if anyone else gets that, because I'm not sure if I'm alone in that feeling or not. It just feels like, I don't know, I guess I have to break it in. All of these drawings are from like 2 years ago. We've got Johnny Rotten with some Neil Young lyrics. Just some stuff I cut out of magazines. Lady Macbeth, because she's a girl boss with Carrie, some nectarines. Yeah, I think it all just feels a bit messy until I find my flow with it, which I was starting to do on this page. I was reading Silence of the Lambs at the time, so I wanted to draw the cover of the book. And I also got really into painting fish. I rewatched The Shining and I wanted to draw that. There's just some strawberries and stuff. I just felt like the collages worked better here. I like that page. For this one, I've drawn a skull and some cows being abducted. That was quite fun. I did like a pointillism kind of thing. Just like a doodle of some girls and Paul McCartney. I have mixed feelings about him. That's all I can say on the matter. I would cut this out because it's quite personal, but I want to be real. So this is just an angry collage I did. And then I wrote this line, "I cannot shed this angst-ridden teen," in my notes, and I thought it was pretty poetic. I was using a lot of Pinterest reference pictures for my art during this period, which I'm really starting to lean out of recently, but I do think that without references I wouldn't be the artist I am today. And really, I think it's about using a reference in your own way, you know what I mean, and like putting your own creative spin on it. But yeah, it's something I'm trying to get out of doing as much. Oh yeah, I did this spread because I was reading Perfume by Patrick Suskind, fucking hell, because Kurt Cobain recommended it in an interview, and I fucking loved it. Like, if you haven't read that book, I really, really recommend it. It's very, very weird, but it's gorgeous. I just stuck in a bunch of pressed flowers I found and wrote a bunch of quotes. Yeah, very good book, loved it. Oh, so this is when I bought my Liquitex acrylic paints and started using them instead of the gouache I was using before. I just felt like I needed a change. I think my colours got a lot brighter and more interesting after I started using these paints. I really like this spread. I painted some fish which I loved. Like, I just think they look really cool. I did them with my acrylic paints, and I drew Elliot Smith because it was his birthday, and I stuck in some pressed flowers. Yeah, I totally loved that. And I just cross-hatched this skeleton. Oh my god, does anyone remember learning cross-hatching in school? Like, that was just such a mindfuck to me. I don't know why, and I never used the technique, but I just did here for like no reason. Another pretty weird page. I think I was experiencing quite a lot of art block at this time. So I'm just gonna breeze past it really, but I do like the faces I did. They were pretty cool. I'd quite like to get a motorcycle. I think it would be easier than learning to drive a car, but I don't know. Let me know. Oh, I did this page after I watched Gumo for the first time. I just drew Gumo twice. Well, the rabbit boy. I don't think his name is Gumo. I don't know why I said that. Pretty weird movie, but I like Harmony Korine, so Harmony's paintings are really good. I totally recommend having a look at them if you're interested. Here I drew some people in masks and a girl in a bikini and a girl holding a deer. I think that during this time I was like really going through some art block and sort of just forcing myself to draw, and although I like a lot of the experimentation I was doing, and I do think it was important to do, the pages don't really tickle my brain in the ways that some of the art I do later in the book does. Like, I do like some of the stuff and I think it was necessary, but like, I don't know, I think as an artist you do just not really vibe with a lot of the stuff that comes out of you. It's very weird, I don't know, just thoughts. I do like this painting of the guy holding the dog though. At the time I was working this terrible job at the Christmas market and I accidentally overdosed on some painkillers by accident, and so every time I see it I just think of that awful time. I was like hyper fixed on the show The Mighty Boosh, so I wanted to paint them. I love this page and I think it's just because of the colour pink. Like, I fucking love pink. I was sitting on this sketch I did of the guys from Nirvana for a while because I loved the sketch and I didn't want to paint it and mess it up, but I think I did a really good job actually, so quite happy with that. And then I just did a whole page and I couldn't draw Eric Erlandson's face, so he just doesn't have a face. A girl with a gun and some doodles that my little cousin did for me. I really think the art made by children is like the best art. Like, it's so free, it's so expressive, and I just like love the enjoyment they seem to have with it. I painted Bones and All again because I just love that movie so damn much. And then I sketched Bob Dylan because I love that man. I really just like my sketchbooks to feel like an amalgamation of all the stuff that I love and I'm interested in. This is probably the best page in the sketchbook. I just painted this meme I saw of like a girl lying in bed listening to Jeff Buckley. This is probably one of the best paintings I've done until this point. So painting memes is the lesson to take away here. And I also used a black background, which I don't normally do, but I think it added quite a lot. It made like the stuff pop. and I painted PJ Harvey and a cat with headphones and, you know, just stuck in stuff. A spread on Bob Dylan because I just can't express how obsessed I was with this man at the time, honestly. It was like a problem. A painting of Tom York, because he's so fun to draw. Like, I recommend just go draw him right now. It's so fun. And then I was trying out lino cutting for the first time and doing these bugs. I actually printed these onto a tank top. I had watched Saltburn and felt the need to commemorate it by painting Nate from Euphoria. I can't even think of his name in Saltburn. Yeah, weird movie, but very entertaining. And I watched it with my parents without knowing what it was about, so that was a good laugh. Cut the thing on the left out of a magazine, and on the right I've done a painting of a crowd at a Crystal Castles concert. I thought it was quite a cool picture, and I was trying to get used to doing more crowded paintings. This is an interesting spread. I was watching a lot of The Simpsons at the time, and I wanted to paint some panels from it because I just love the vibe of season 1 and just the early seasons in general. And then I just sort of wrote some terrible poetry sort of around it. So yeah, and then just a random Elliott Smith cameo. I was fucking wild in 2023 or whenever I was doing this shit. Oh yay, this is my With Nail and I painting. With Nail and I is a cult classic black comedy movie that my parents got me into, and it's like my favourite movie of all time. If you haven't seen it, I really, really recommend it. It's fucking hilarious. It's just such a brilliant movie, and like no one knows it. It's like this British film from the 1980s with Richard E. Grant and Paul McGann, and they're like these codependent, alcoholic best mates who have like a terrible relationship and they go on holiday together. It's so funny. Please check it out, yeah. I painted this pink girl all in one day. Like, I did the sketch and then I painted it, and I did it all in one go while listening to a Radiohead live concert, and it like poured down with rain outside while I was doing it. It was so nice and moody. I was just smoking and painting, very atmospheric. And I just surrounded that with some pressed flowers and stamps and some sketches of sewing patterns. And here's just Mick Jagger too, and random stuff. We are pretty much at the end now, and I just can't describe the nostalgia that this book makes me feel. Like, it really takes me back to my old house that I was in when I was doing all this work. And I think that's just the magic power of sketchbooks, and why you should definitely start one. Like, it just captures a place in time, and it's like a portal back to that time when you look at it. And there's something so magical about that, and I want everyone else to experience it. So yeah. Thank you for having a look at my sketchbook. I hope you liked it, and it means so much to me that you've watched it. And yeah, have a lovely day.